Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
Hey, we're on a Monday. This is fucking weird.
Back to normal. Back to normal.
Kind of. We got a little sick guy over there. Yeah, that little guy right there. Switching. I was sick last week. You're sick this week. Let's just take turns being sick. And so needless to needless to say, there is going to be no Lowery juice tonight. So he's gonna struggle severely on the return of Stump the Smith Savant. We'll see how you do without the. It'll be interesting.
Well, I mean,
if you
I could
really
be rusty.
Yeah.
I struggle when I'm sober.
Mm-hmm. Me, on the other hand, I am drinking. Might as well get this out of the way since I'm the only one drinking on this one. We might have had this one before, but it's a Dreamsicle smoothie. Have you recognized that can?
No, but the name, yes.
Yes.
So it could be a different like company or something.
So it's a sour ale with lactose, vanilla, and tangerine. It's Half Brothers Brewing Company, and that's from North Dakota, Grand Forks, actually. So our North Dakota boys probably know this one. It's pretty tasty, actually. It's 6%. It's not as like sour as I was expecting it to be, but I like it. Not super.
I mean,
sour.
if it's Dreamsicle, I'd hope that it's a little bit more.
I'm sorry, I'm so boring, Larry, with
like
your
creepy.
yawning.
You're right. You're right. I had a long week at Wisconsin Dells, so.
Oh yes, Bill. I know. I have been needing to. I haven't changed the. Okay, I think I mentioned this before. The intro. Something got updated with Adobe Premiere Pro, and so now I have to redo the entire intro to give our shout out. So the Garuk Dong, I'll get to it at some point here. And so yes, it still says, I think it's our one from like 4 months ago or 3 months ago.
It's been a while, yeah.
So we give the shout outs. We just haven't changed the role on it. We'll get there soon.
Can you? How about this though? Yeah, Sal's saying. I struggle when I'm sober. Use that as a clip or a button right there.
All right.
It could be a hat or a t-shirt at bars as well.
I am going to. That is actually a good point. First, what are we? 4 minutes in. Lowery says struggle when sober. Okay, got it. I'll see if I can get that next week.
It's fairly true.
All right. Okay, so what are we doing on this week's podcast, Lowery? We're back to normal.
Are going to talk about the some typos that need a little bit more support.
You went with the type.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, I know,
my boss.
Well, no, it's tribes. It's not it's not types. In this case, we're not doing. Yeah, we're not doing tribal, so you don't have to worry about all that fun stuff. It's tribes.
I don't think you understand what's going on. We'll go. So, yeah, we each picked 5. We don't know which is which, other than whatever was on the thumbnails.
Yeah, we have 2 that were.
Yeah, and that's. I think. Is that it? That's just the episode. I guess we have Stump.
Well, we have Stump
Smith Savant.
Yes, and then we have Staple.
And then we're doing Staple Versus is going to be a suggestion from.
Oh, yep. Hang on. Beer Doctor.
Beer Doctor. All right.
Doctor.
He does not have and that's gonna be Sylvan Library versus Bolas' Citadel.
Yes, this is gonna.
I wonder who's gonna win that one.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'll get my crown ready already. I'm gonna shine it up for next week.
Why? Which one do you have, Lowery? I wonder which one that is.
Card. One of the best cards in the
all right, yeah. So like I said, we're going to be doing unsupported or with the tribal stuff. It's or the tribes that need more support, either by like Commanders or maybe the 99 and stuff like that. So it's more things that you're looking for certain ones to get a little bit of a boost. Like I think slivers we didn't really get new ones, which is kind of lame, but we did get the sliver commander deck. We got was there anything added? I guess Eldrazi got a little bit of a boost. I might have said I might have put Eldrazi on my list if we didn't just get a couple new ones there.
That's fine.
Yeah. So
both of those are fine. They didn't need help.
Yeah. So these are going to be ones that we feel it isn't necessarily your favorite or whoever, like it's just in our opinion, ones that we'd like to see more of, get a little bit more support. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. So what'd you do this weekend? You went on, it's vacation, July vacation.
Right. Went to the Wisconsin Dells, got to hang out in the area, did, a Ducks boat trip.
For you.
I mean, it's not Hawaii with AJ, but
Touche.
It's the Dells with my family, so it's all right.
Did you go to Noah's Ark?
Cephalid's is a good one. Saturns, look, everybody's going.
Yeah. See, this is what I was looking for.
We got. You can definitely type whatever tribal you want to see more support in the comments as well. We'll quick read them off. But yeah, it's a good time. We were on the lake, whatever, Pelton, or I think that's the name. But great place for the kids to swim. And then we went to Mount Olympus. And that tidal pool thing that they have tidal wave. It's bonkers. Holy moly.
Is Mount Olympus
what I'm talking about?
That has like the indoor and outdoor water park area?
Yeah. We just stuck to outdoors, but jackals. And then but it's called like Poseidon's Rage, and it's like a 7-foot wave that just like shoots through everybody. And it's like surprising more like.
Are you standing on a platform? Like, are you standing in a pool?
You're like in a pool. Yeah. So you can go all the way up to like probably your shoulders, deep. Yeah. And the sucker it's 7 foot. And then as it, it gets less as it moves on, and it's kind of a wide pool. But it's, I'm like only halfway, like I'm up to my hips or lower, like in between my knees and my hips. And that sucker's hitting me shoulder height, and like everybody's getting thrown backwards. You're moving back about 10 feet. I'm holding on to Lowery so he doesn't go fucking tumbling.
How did the kiddos do with it? Did they get knocked the fuck down?
Right. So it's, but and then it's in like 2-minute intervals, and then so nothing happens. You're chilling, and Lowery's just kind of swimming and going underneath, and then all of a sudden you just hear everybody kind of go, Minotaurs. Not that.
That's what they say? Minotaurs?
No, but you just start hearing everybody kind of like, like that rise of, because you see it build up and then just start coming your way. And so everybody just starts getting prepared. You got to make sure that you have like enough buffer room around you.
Because you don't want to land into people.
Because like
they land into you.
Right. Because I was fairly sturdy until I got too tired, and then it took me. So like I'd go sideways, I'd hold a little Lowery, and I'd do a little hop so it didn't like sweep my feet or anything. And then I'd get pushed back 5 to 10 feet, and then other people would, if you lose your feet, you're going back. You're going 20,
that sounds
30 feet
amazing
backwards.
Actually. So it's like
it's
like
a lot of fun.
It's like an extreme wave pool, like how they've done the wave, but this is more like this is to knock you down, basically. Can you stand
It's exactly it. You try and make it upright, and like the last time, I'm holding on, and it got me, and we got thrown back. Like I'm twirling around. I got an elbow in the forehead, almost lost my glasses. Hat will go. I am surprised more women don't lose their tops. It's right. It's intense. My mother-in-law, who has like long-term torn ACL, is like, my knee can't handle that. She did it like once or twice. It tossed her real quick. It's intense. So you got to be like kind of in shape, or a kid that's made of rubber. Like those are the things.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
It's pretty cool.
I've not seen a pool like that. Like, so that when we went there before kids, they didn't have that at that time. So it's like 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah, it looks fairly new. So, but that's called Poseidon's Rage, and it's legit fun.
Yeah. We are getting a couple people that are throwing stuff in there. RoboCop, I was going to give you a shout out when we got to it about your Minotaurs, but you put it again. So Minotaurs. Sal mentioned dwarves, and actually dwarves was going to be on my list. I took it off because my biggest thing was to say better dwarves than, not better, but just different dwarves than Magda, because everybody hates Magda. So that's, I can agree with what you're saying there. So, but yeah, so keep throwing those suggestions in there. We'll give you guys shout outs there.
Dude, so I can see dwarves. I think they're close. Yeah, because they're treasure themed. They're kind of with dragons, and they're kind of with vehicles.
Right.
They have at least a thing going on.
It's just they have one super really powerful commander, and that's the commander that you use. It'd be nice to maybe add a color to that one, like add, because we have the black one. What's his name? The one that was the legendary dwarf commander for the longest time. He's like triple black.
Oh, Balthor?
Yeah, something like that. So they added black. It made a black and red one. But
well, white is vehicles, and you have
we do have some white ones in
plenty
there
of
too.
red, white.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So, but we're not breaking that.
I don't know.
That's not on my list. I almost had it.
It's not on mine either. You're right.
My original list.
So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. You got boat rides, and it's a pretty river, and a bunch of random ass stuff to do.
Did you do the duck boats then? Did you say that you?
We did go. Just I think it was probably too early for the kids, type thing. I don't. It's hard to tell when that's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe if you're with like your stepdad that's really into World War II history and wants to be on a duck's boat that was used in World War II in Korea.
The cool thing is like you go from like full speed riding on land to just plunging into the river, which is really cool. Then it's like a little bit of a river tour, and then you go out and you go in and out and in, out and in. It's the
baby.
So
it's fun, but I think if anybody goes to Wisconsin Dells and you want to go on a boat tour, just do one.
Yes.
Because we did an upper river thing, which was really nice. And then we did the ducks, which is the lower Dells, and you don't need to do both.
So you actually did do the ducks then, but they didn't have as much fun.
Yeah, we did do the ducks.
They didn't have as much fun.
Well, we did that last day versus the first day.
Oh.
Like half the jokes were similar. You're just kind of
really?
like, like there's a lot of puns. Expect puns.
Very punny. No, so you went to just the one water park that you didn't do like Noah's Ark or anything?
No, because the place that we were at, it wasn't a hotel, it was like a motel. It was cheap. But it was they had like a connection with Mount Olympus. It was like $8 tickets. So I was like, wow. That's all we're going.
Yeah.
It was a good price.
That's perfect. That's awesome.
And so nice. It was fun. It was fun. That's it.
Boom. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. All right. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, we're 14 minutes into this bad boy. 15
we can start doing tags.
Yeah, we can do that. Is there anything else I was going to hit on there? Nope. All right. So you can become a patron by donating $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord. That helps you helps support the Commander Smiths. $5 or more gets you proxies each month if you so choose. We are very far behind on proxies this month because vacations. All we want to do is go on vacation. So we are just now getting to those. For those of you that have put in your picks, we are just starting to work on those. What was I going to say? Oh, we did mention a few weeks ago, actually probably months or not months, few as in like a month ago. If we get 4 new patrons in 1 week and they stick through to the end, so not just become a patron and then leave right away. If we get 4 new patrons and there 4 are still there by the end of the month when the actual thing happens, we will do a giveaway for patrons only. So if you aren't a patron now, even just becoming a $1 patron, if we get 4 of those,
we're saying like within a week,
within 7 days of
or
month. No, in a week.
Oh,
4 new patrons because we get 3s. They go in clumps of 3. It's like 3, then nothing for a week or 2, and then 3, but we never have gotten that 4. So that is the kind of giveaway we're gonna do at this point. So we'll do like the box giveaway, probably battle boxes, how we do and do crack the packs or something. We haven't figured that out because we got to do it. We got to get 4 of you guys. So 4 new patrons. We will be doing a giveaway for patrons only. That is the financial way to support the show, but the other way you can do it is by supporting on YouTube. Not necessarily today, the Malorts, although I did do proxy time last week, and Josh did a surprise bitch to me, and surprise bitch, I'm here. 15. Like had to take 3. Did I take 3 Malorts? I don't remember. I think I took two Malorts, 2 Malort shots. And when you don't have any booze you're drinking with it, it is really, really, really bad. So that was awful in itself. And the other thing I wanted to mention was, we kind of mentioned this before I went to Hawaii, but the other part of donating is make Lowery sleep on the couch. So if we get a 3-shot Malort night, Lowery has to sleep on the couch.
I mean, yeah, technically, yeah.
So if you want to make Lowery sleep on the couch or in his bed or the basement, not couch, sleep in the basement, not the couch, sleep in the basement. You donate on the live cast with 3 Malort shots, and then Lowery will sleep in the basement, and it's right outside the door. You can see right there, that little door hinge. His bed's right there. If he has 3 Malorts in a night, he's not going back upstairs. But yeah, that is also
doesn't count for tonight.
Doesn't count tonight.
But you can donate, and we'll push them until next week.
There we go. But that is another way to financially support us. You're making us do funny things, making us torture us, whatever. We have the jelly beans, the hot beans on other stuff. So that is the 2 ways to financially support it. The other way kind of to financially support us is to subscribe to YouTube and watch our videos there. Every video you watch or ad you click on gives us a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to YouTube. We have lots of different videos that go out each week. Summer gets a little tougher because of vacation stuff, but I did do proxy time. I haven't done that for 3 months, where actually showing you working on proxies. So I did that for about an hour. Worked on 3 of the newest proxies. I wonder
which ones did you do?
I already sent out one of them, but I did Lord of the Nazgul, which is this one right there. Ooh. So it's in just a Google search art, so not a Wombo. And then I did the Dark Lord. Dark Lord right there. These are on foil, as you can see this. And then some of the other ones that went out this month was the Delighted Halfling, which is that one. And then
that's a good one.
The actual One Ring and the different art. It's the one that you saw like when they were advertising Lord of the Rings. This was never like a card from that I remember seeing it all. So this, I used that as the One Ring thing. And then I used the Nazgul as the other one. So what was I saying that? Oh yeah, proxy time. We also have curated MTG, which happens twice a week. Do you remember what your curated MTG was this weekend or is going to be this week? One of the two?
No.
No.
I haven't recorded tomorrow's. It's the pile next to me.
So the biggest thing with the curated MTGs is you just...
Hold on. Give me a second.
It's got to be a Lord of the Rings thing. Wasn't that your theme for this
It
month?
is. Yeah. I have 2 more weeks of that bit. Let's go with Subjugate the Hobbits. We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. What is that one?
So that's 5 and 2 blue sorcery. Gain control of each non-commander creature you with mana value 3 or less. And that's not until end of turn. You just get to keep them.
Ooh.
And that feels pretty powerful.
Yeah, you take away
just
all
in general,
tokens.
it's getting rid of a lot of chumps, and you're going to be able to just steal a lot of stuff. And all the tokens you're taking.
How much was it? 7 total CMC?
Yeah, 7 total.
That's it.
And so I'll talk about some of the commanders that it's going to work best with? Question mark?
Question?
So
you put a question mark on the teleprompter. Okay, so the biggest thing with the curated MTGs, you can not only just watch those on YouTube, you can watch them on Twitter. Twitter doesn't exist anymore. It's X. X gonna give it to you, but it's TikTok is the other place you could. Yeah, I know.
So stupid.
We'll get to that in a second.
Are we?
I should have cut a button up with just DMX saying that. X gonna give it to you, whatever.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
gonna give it to you.
But yeah, TikTok, you can watch those. Biggest thing is watch those all the way through. Give them a like. That's what help make it goes. You know, that helps us out. Give it a like. Everything. You're watching this right now. Give this a like. That helps us out. That's what we got to do. So those are YouTubes. We got potential. Oh wait, are we going to do that this week? Yes. This week as well, we're trying to shoot for Wednesday to do the deck upgrades for the new Commander Masters.
Yes.
We did that with the Lord of the Rings ones, where we're basically doing budget upgrades, $20 or less total for the upgrades for the deck. And then we have Mr. Unlimited. You had unlimited budget, what other cards you could add in. But the biggest thing is the budget part, kind of cards you take out, what cards to put in. So we're going to do that with all 4 decks on Wednesday. And then potentially coming up, I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after or whatever, but we're going to get the Discord Commander games going as well. So those are live on YouTube. So biggest thing is subscribe to YouTube if you haven't done so far. You can find us on X at Commander Smith said.
Did it officially change that?
The app is all changed. Everything's X now. So you can find us. Everything's X. You don't tweet anymore. You X. I don't know if that's the right lingo for it, but that's what you do. So we are there. We're there. We've been.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's X. It's hard to like on my tabs. It looks very similar to like Patreon, and like it's black, and that's the tabs. It's a similar color, whatever. So I'm like, wait, where the fuck is our Twitter thingy? But it's not. It's X. Anyways, you can follow us there. Or you can shoot us a direct message.
So fucking
if you follow us there, you'll get a notification of when we're posting stuff for the most part. And you can direct message us there. Or you can direct message us by shooting us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com. And for once in a very, very long time, I finally get to do this. It's time for everyone's favorite game show.
I know what it is. I just don't know the name.
I don't know if I remember how to do this intro part because it's been over a month since we've done this.
It's
all right.
I want to point. Can I just say, do you know how stupid it is to buy here's the thing. People will buy companies just for the name and the way it looks. And this dude bought one of the most popular social medias with everything that it comes with. And you change the brand completely, the name completely. We don't have a bad association with Twitter because of the bird or the name. It's because you made it shitty. And it was already not amazing.
For us, it's always been shitty. Like
I didn't love it beforehand, but we
were hating on it before it was cool to hate on it, but now it's like
right now we can't even say that.
Yeah. Now we just seem like we're.
Is that where you cross your arms? Like, hey, it might possibly be the worst purchase in history, ever.
What grinds Lowery's gears?
I'm done.
I agree.
Stupidity.
I agree with you. Okay, if you guys don't know how this game, hi Bukaki, regular shots. Is
that a full 3?
Yeah, it'll be a full 3.
All right, I got him.
All right, Ibukaki, it's next week, if that's okay with you. I mean, Lowery can't. I could take mine, but I don't know if you'd want.
Well, it'd be better if I'm just not going to be behind. I'm not going to take 6 shots next week.
No, then you take your 3, and then if hopefully no one shows up to give us shots. Although
is that what we want to bank on?
3 Malorts.
How about we just push it? We're pushing it.
Okay. I was gonna say, but 3 Malorts gets Lowery in the basement is the biggest thing. So maybe that's 2 Malorts, right, and we get somebody to donate a 3rd one. Well, we'll figure it out. Ibukaki will let us know. Okay. If you guys don't know how this game works, I'm going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowery is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
God, I love that we have these buttons back. Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the name of the card is, he will get the initials of the card. If he has a bonus clue left, or if he has a clue left, he will get a bonus clue that should give it away. It has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. This week's stumper is Discord member Seth MCQ. Lowery, do you know what your record is? Ibukaki, by the way.
Against Seth? Or just in general?
No, in general, overall.
No,
Ibukaki did say, just give all 6 to Lowery. I've eliminated the chat, so that's why you can't see what everybody's saying.
No,
there.
yeah, I can't.
So you are 64 and 21 since we started keeping track of like giving away prizes. So
That's not bad.
That's pretty damn good. So we are on week number 20
So
or
64 out of
round
85?
21 in week 1 because you did get stumped the last time.
Twice in a row.
That was
Quinn?
Quinn there. But this week we have started a new thing where the first 3 weeks is that's the other thing. Every 3 weeks, if Larry doesn't get stumped, we add to the ante.
Yeah.
The first 3 weeks is going to always be a foil proxy, and we will do the one ring. So it'll be the new one that I just showed there. So that is on the line. I think that is it. Here. Oh, yeah. Eliminated chat. Chat can play along, see if you can beat Lowry to the punch. And here we go. Text is right here. My earliest work escapes me. Stitcher Geralf. My earliest work escapes me. Stitcher
Interesting.
Geralf.
I have. I don't know that one. I'd have to think about it. So there's something that comes out at me right away and have it like Geralf's messenger, because it's like escapes me delivering messages or whatever, even though that's not really what's going on, I don't think. But but this Geralf is I'm gonna say it the name different every time I say it, but
Geralf,
Geralf, yeah.
Alf.
Alf.
He likes cats.
He's
Jeff
a puppet
Jeff
alien.
H is on the right track.
How come I'm not on the right track? You wouldn't say that anyway. But this is so Innistrad block or Innistrad plane. There we go, because there's plenty of sets from there. But it's from an Innistrad plane set.
Is that are you asking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello, boobies.
I thought you were just making a statement. You
Just
didn't
because
say
I know it, I want to hear the buttons.
Yeah, okay.
too.
You didn't like ask. It was more of just a statement. There was never. You didn't give your question mark on the end of their teleprompter.
Okay, didn't realize I was in jeopardy. But, is this a creature?
Hello, boobies.
All right, that makes sense because he's a Stitcher. He's raising the dead. He is in blue and Gisa is in black, and they make a black-blue pairing.
Oh, and Seth is on here too. He just jumped on.
Is it blue?
Hello, boobies.
And I mean, I think this is also. Is this a zombie creature type?
Hello, boobies.
Man,
So
just
it's a
all over
blue
the
zombie
boobies.
creature. I'll take a first clue, please.
All right. Okay, stay with me on this one. It's a long one. The art features a 6-legged monstrosity that looks to rival the abomination from John Carpenter's The Thing. Did you ever watch that movie?
I don't like scary movies.
know, but you
so
know-
no, I have not.
Okay, that
I know of it
irrelevant. I mean,
in
it's
short
not,
form, at least.
Yeah, but you don't have to. The beginning part is what really you need to know. The art features a 6-legged monstrosity that looks to rival the abomination from John Carpenter's The Thing. We got RoboCop got it with the initials. I think he has it. He's letting the others kind of guess too.
All right. So there is.
Ivakaki said, Renshai, I don't think Renshai is on tonight, but he said Renshai is asking Jeeves right now.
All right.
Oh, he is on. Oh, he is up there. Yeah, he said lightning bolt earlier. Duh. Yeah, it's saw him earlier.
Lightning bolt, jackal.
Forgot about that, yeah.
There's not enough information there because it's like a spider thing. Can I hear it again, please? The first clue.
The art features a 6-legged monstrosity that looks to rival the abomination from John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm going to be completely honest with this one. I didn't realize what it was until I had to like look and be like, oh, I'm looking at the art. And I was like, fuck, I never knew that this is what this was. So don't get too confused by my clue there. I just kind of was throwing the thing in there.
Yeah.
I knew
I'm just
you would
trying,
watch the thing.
I took all of my guesses. And so like the question ends up being like, where do I go from here? I know it's okay, so I know it's a blue creature zombie. It's probably is the name Geralf in the name of the card?
Wrong.
Because there's plenty of cards out there that are like Geralf's messenger, Geralf's yada yada.
Yeah.
So or blah 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 of Geralf. And so it's not in that form.
Yep, Sal,
I
you're
guess good to know.
You're getting right there. I don't think anybody like wrote the actual answer. RoboCop said the initials.
RoboCop
he
has
knows
that.
it. Yeah.
Can I get the second clue, please?
This one will help you a little bit more. The text features a type of evasion that typically helps smaller creatures and a potential windfall effect.
Potential windfall effect? Oh.
The text features a
shit.
type of evasion that typically helps smaller creatures and a potential windfall effect.
All right. Oh, I do not know what this is. And I don't like I think I have an idea, but I'm so far off.
Well, I mean, you got
boy.
the color that it's a creature.
Right. This card is rare.
Is that your question?
Yeah.
Hello, boobies.
Statement.
It has at least 2 printings. I believe it was
Sal he knows what it is. We just can't get the name. It's just like you. Do you know what the ability, what abilities I'm talking about with those?
Not necessarily, because it could be either of the ones that I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go. Is it unblockable or flying? One of those two.
Wrong.
Hear that again. The text features a type of evasion that typically helps smaller creatures
Shit.
and
Is
a
this
potential.
Skulk?
Hello, boobies.
All right.
That's and a potential windfall effect.
And so, the picture is like weird. Okay, it's in my mind, it's like a hammerhead head, like the type thing. Maybe that's part of the tail. I've never looked at it because it's is this how many? I got 2 wrong.
Yep, just 2 wrong. Yep.
Yeah, I got 2 wrong. And I get 5. Is it like a 4/4?
Wrong.
I still think it's like 4 power. Maybe it's 4 mana. Is it 4 mana?
Hello, boobies.
We're getting
Blue
there.
and 3 colorless. Blue and 3 colorless.
Hello, boobies.
All right. So I think it's 4 power. I'm not, but it might be like a 3.
You need that
Toughness.
thinking
I'm
juice.
close on that, but I'm not entirely sure. So, the potential windfall that happens on dealing combat damage to an opponent.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Shit. So that's 4 wrong, huh?
Yeah, you might.
I don't know. Wow. I'll take that 3rd clue, please.
This card is in 20,000 EDH rec decks. So Sal's like, I can't believe this card is in 10,000. It's gonna be 10,001. No, it's 20,000, so it's double. It is in 47% of all Captain N-word. The new Captain, the milling.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
And was first printed in Shadows over Innistrad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I didn't spout off on that because I was thinking it was Dark Ascension, but it's not. Can I go through everything?
Yep.
Can you go through everything for me here?
All right, let me read the flavor text again for those people that are listening.
Yeah.
My earliest work escapes me, Stitcher Geralf. Clue number 1 is the art features a 6-legged monstrosity that looks to rival the Abomination from John Carpenter's The Thing. The text features a type of evasion that typically helps smaller creatures, but you already figured out that is Skulk, and a potential windfall effect. This card is in 20,000 EDH rec decks, is in 47% of all Captain N decks, and was first printed in Shadows over Innistrad. Yep, Sal, that is the right creature types.
Seth, I think you're lucky I'm not drinking. Hey, that's the other thing that's probably screwing me up is that, like, I wish I had at least one more guess before 5, but maybe I don't care. Maybe I'm
I don't even care.
So the thing, I don't really know what it looks like, but I feel like I'm trying to think because I might be getting it mixed up with like alien. Oh no, hold on. Okay, it's like a face with like that, like legs. Like that's probably the only spot that I remember. But I think I'm half mixing like aliens in there too.
That's a good
Because
vision.
I don't, and it's 80s horror. Motherfuckers, I don't watch this shit.
You don't have to.
I don't want to. I don't feel bad about it either.
No, I'm just saying the clue wasn't. I added that as a little bonus. And actually, Bill from Woodbury's like, that is his top 5 favorite horror film of all time. Which is crazy.
It's my brother-in-law's Vincent's too.
It's a creepy ass movie. The remake wasn't as good, but
It never is. And so I'm gonna go with this just because it's like gut, and then I can just get this over with. Does it have abomination in the name?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
congratulations, Seth. You have stumped Lowery. I think you've stumped Lowery more than once. I should have checked that before we got started on this. Let's see.
Is it creeping? Hold on, give me a couple. Is creeping in the name?
No.
No. What is it? Power toughness 4/3?
Nope.
3/3?
3/3. Is that it? How about this? How about this?
Yeah, I guess.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you may discard all the cards in your hand. If you do, draw that many cards. Does that help at all?
Yeah, I guess.
Does it help?
All that many cards? I mean, the thing is that like the name doesn't get me. It was reprinted in the zombie precon during
Does it help?
Crimson.
It's a zombie horror.
You're a horror.
Didn't you have it in your horror deck? Maybe.
No, I
potentially?
didn't. I didn't like it there. But I that's probably the last time I saw it. So like a year and a half ago.
How about this? The in the flavor, my earliest work escapes me. Escapes me is another word for like, what is that? What word would you say for escapes me? Like, what is that saying? What word is that? God, how am I saying this? Forgotten, right? Forgotten.
No.
And what is?
Oh, I guess.
What
I
is
guess
Stitcher
if you're like, it has escaped me. Like I can't think of what you're saying.
Yeah.
It has escaped me.
So
So
forgotten, and it's Stitcher Giralf. What does he do? His earliest work. What is he? It's always
he's a necro.
creating something. So it's forgotten creation. You're right with
Stupid.
no. So here's the funny thing. What you're saying right
Stupid.
here.
I hate this thing.
This.
Yeah.
I've always
What-
thought the same thing. It looks like a hammerhead, but it's not. This is a zombie head. This is his arm. He's putting it on this post here and this post here. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. I never knew. Like, I always thought the same thing. When you said the hammerhead thing, I was like, fucking A. That's exactly what I thought this card was. Until I had to look at the actual art. I was like, oh, shit. That's his arm. That's not a hammerhead.
Huh.
So I was in the same
Good job,
exact
Seth.
boat,
Good
yeah.
job. I was very off.
So you needed your thinking juice. So Seth, congratulations! You win the foil,
Nice job.
the one ring.
That's technically 3 in a row for me missing.
Yeah.
Woo.
You need your thinking juice there. So congrats, Seth. Remember, you guys can shoot us an email with your suggestions for Stump the Smith Savant, or you can shoot me a message on the Discord. Please don't X at us because Lowery can see our X's. The X stuff is just it's gonna be fun. All right, so I guess I will stay in this page because we got to get to our other segment, our main segment, our under-supported tribes. Let's see if I can figure out what do we have for a sounder. Do I have the AJ one? I have potatoes. I don't really have You Shall Not Pass. Salty 64. I thought I made one for AJ. Wizard is
I don't
never-
want relationship. I just want bang bang bang. I
There we
don't want
go.
to know your name. I just want bang bang bang.
There we go. All right. Okay. So in this, I mean, how did you kind of look at this? I mean, basically how I was thinking about this was more of like either a tribe that I'm like, oh, it needs either there isn't enough commanders for it, which I think all of mine only have at the most like 3 commanders that are actually useful at the most. And then the support of it, like, for example, Eureka is not in this, but Eureka, before that set came out, there wasn't enough ninjas to really make that a viable deck. Now we have quite a bit of support. We have a cool commander with that. They've added some other commanders with ninjas and stuff. I don't think it could always use more, but I think it's at a good spot. Ninjas, you can have a couple different angles there. How did you go about things here? Yep, you have your mute. You are a mute.
I do.
I
I've
was
been
like,
talking.
I see her. I was like, your mouth is moving, but I'm not hearing anything. So I'm going to ask you.
I thought it sounded weird.
I thought you were going just like about to talk and that nothing was coming out. I was like, no, I need to ask him a direct question here because he's, I don't think he.
I was blowing my nose and forgot to re-up. All right. How I did this is I just kind of looked through cards and I'm like, oh, that could be yada yada.
That works. Yeah,
I was in a car and I was just snapping shots and just going, oh, we need to do something for this segment.
Well, let's start off with the one that I've been wanting. I'm going to just start with mine, if that's okay.
You've wanted this one forever. I wonder if this was even, have we done this bit before?
I don't think so.
Maybe once, a long time ago. Like
a
it's
really long time ago. But yeah, my tribe that I would like to see more support is Scarecrows. We have Reaper King. Let me pull Reaper King up, which is the one that is actually on one of our thumbnails. So we've had Reaper King. I made that was a 60 card deck way back in the day, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I made a Reaper King deck. We have a total of 39 Scarecrows in.
Hold on, but only about 5 good ones.
Right. Yeah, there isn't. That's why it worked as a 60 card, but as 100 for a commander doesn't work.
It's a little rough.
You have one commander, which is Reaper King. We're not talking Morophon. That's that's a cheap way of saying we're
That's
never
a
talking
cheap
about
one. Yeah.
In my opinion, with this, you would do how I would do it is the 5 color. I think I would keep it like this with a Reaper King type thing, because they're all artifacts. But then I think I would do more options like what I do. Recursion, because how I think of Scarecrows is that you can blast them apart and they can come back together. You can just put them back together. So I was thinking like maybe some recursion stuff. Or
do you think they should involve fear as like
Ooh, I like that because it's scary.
A form of evasion?
Yeah. And maybe it does something to bird or flying type things.
Maybe reach?
Yeah. Well, just scary for those, like unblockable for birds because it's supposed to scare them, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Birds
but that's not.
dragons, any
I
flying.
thought we were trying to make it better here.
Unblockable for flying creatures. That would be good. I did also like, because we do already have like the Scarecrows we have color manipulation or bonuses, like if you have a blue permanent or this, you get this. I was thinking if they kept going in that avenue but made good ones, because these are just bad. So a lot of these are really bad. But I mean, go ahead.
Okay. Well, okay. So like you're talking about that because it was in Eventide Shadowmoor little block back in the day. That's where a majority of all of these started and come from. But when you're talking about like color manipulation, there was a sub theme in those sets, and it does kind of. I just really like that idea of color manipulation because you don't have that as a deck at all. That's like really feasible, and so if you could make like it matters if you have like some like type of land or some type of enough creatures with a color, and if you can turn that or turn opponents cards into you have splashes here and there but not even close to, so making like you would have to develop that as well as Scarecrow, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think that would be a really neat area to go with Scarecrows.
Yep. So I put on my notes was like maybe the Scarecrows had, if like you were just saying there, like if it had you had a certain types of lands or whatever, but if they got bonuses, if you have a red permanent, this happens. If you have a red, each level, black permanent, blue permanent, but have it be good. Like some of this stuff is, against flying, it's easy. Flying if you have a blue creature, Scarecrow has vigilance if you have a white creature. Like make it so that you get all 5 colors in each of these and having different bonuses and like mentioning the color manipulation, being able to change other cards' colors and dealing with that. I think that'd be kind of some cool angles. RoboCop said a secret layer themed with Jeepers Creepers. It's a scary movie. Yeah, you haven't seen it, have you?
I don't know the reference at all.
That's pretty good.
I just know the guy that from
what's his name?
Accepted was in there, right?
Yep.
It's kind of a goal now to just mention Accepted as much as we can.
I love that movie.
Have you seen my
Wiener? All right, let's go with your first selection. I don't know what card do you want me to start with this.
Go Deathrite Shaman.
All right, Deathrite.
And then so basically I want Shaman to be, I'm going to say that every time I say that name too. Shaman. But there are tons of good shaman out there, and I wouldn't have, and as like a typo, it was also slightly focused on in Lorwyn Morningtide, And so you have some that are like deal like when this card ETBs, it deals damage for as many shaman as you have. And so that like I wish we just had more Shaman Matters cards, but there's no commander for it. There, you know, Beast Whisperer is a shaman. There's if you think that it might be a druid, but it's not, it's probably a shaman. And so, but like there's plenty of shamans that are legends,
Right,
but they don't care about
other shamans. Yep, I got you.
Right. But look, like there's a ton of solid cards right there that are shamans, and it feels like you could do something with that. And they don't, they're all different kind of colors. But you know,
yeah, it's all
Death
over the
Right
place.
Shaman. Yeah. And so I would like there to, because it doesn't have to be focused by any means, but just like more Shaman Matters cards and a potential legend or two. But I don't know if I necessarily know why they don't have Shaman's Matters cards for the last, you know, it's been what, 15 years since Lorwyn Morningtide.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that at least that, isn't it? But yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
I want to say it was 07, 08, somewhere around the, you know, financial crisis thing.
Yeah.
What
color would you what color would you have your shamans? What would you want for a commander?
I would want it in Jund. So if I could get like 3-color Shaman Matters, because I think Morningtide had red caring about it a lot. But I think, you know, shamans tend to be like, if you like in a forest, if you're thinking about a shaman,
you would think green is how I would always
you would think
yep.
green, and then maybe a little bit voodoo, or I don't want to. So I just doing something that's just probably medicine. And if it was back in the day, it's probably, dark stuff like leeches and bleeding. So don't trust it.
That's the one you want.
Right. I don't go to doctors, so I don't know if I know what I'm talking about. Went to the doctor the first time for my gout, or second time officially for my gout, but for the third time in 4 years, 5 years.
You got medication, and have you taken your medication yet?
I haven't. I have not. I'll get
shame.
That's another reason why I didn't want to drink tonight. I was like, I don't know what's going on, man. So, but I think shamans would be really cool to develop a little bit more as a tribe rather than just having it, because like comparing it a little bit to druids have a thing, like they ramp like crazy, very similar to elves. Yeah. And that's why you probably don't develop them, but they have a commander in Seton where you can, whenever you can tap a druid to give you a green. It's super fucking quick. It's probably a better mana ramp deck than elves. Just don't have the finishers. So there isn't really a theme that shamans have, but it'd be fun to do it a little bit more.
I gotcha.
So,
all right.
Your second one.
My next one kind of has to deal with my son's name and everything, but I've always wanted more drakes. I love dragons, and drakes are the next best thing. They are two-legged.
Are you saying that you couldn't name your son Dragon? Cindy wasn't going to let that happen?
No, that wasn't going to work. So drakes are basically dragons, but they don't have the front arms. They are all back-legged, little weak dragons in a way. But we have a lot of drakes. I mean, we have 99 of them. They aren't necessarily good. There's a few of them, a handful.
There's
of them.
some that I like that one in the middle that sacks itself to counter a spell.
Yep. Then you have also
at least 2 or 3 that do that.
Gilded Drake. We have a lot of them that deal with like how many spells your cat or instant sorceries. You have the one on tapping your lands or 5 lands, blah, blah, blah. The biggest thing is we don't really have a good commander for the drakes. So we have 2, and they're both very similar. Let me pull those bad boys up. It is in text. So it's Drake, and I need legendary here. Give me a second, just so you guys can see what I'm dealing with.
Just getting there.
So we have Talrond,
Yeah.
which is a pretty weak, in my opinion, Drake commander. It's whenever you cast an answer sorcery, you get a 2/2 Drake. Cool. Then you got Talrond and Alrond. Alronda? Alandra. No, isn't it? There's an R.
Alandra?
Alandra.
Yeah, Alandra.
Kid can't even read.
Yeah, you're right.
Kid can't even read.
That one is whenever you draw your second card, you get a 2/2 blue Drake. And then whenever you draw your fifth card, this and all your Drakes get X+X until end of turn. So that's a little bit better. I think it's a bit of a step up. What I would like to see more with Drakes is better commanders, first of all. And I think I would like to see them splash into red. So because we already have red Drakes, and I feel like there'd be more spell slinger type of deck. We've already kind of dealing with instant and sorcery from Talrond, and drawing with the other one. I think a bonus from drawing or spell slinging would be really nice. And then I don't know, I was just kind of throwing this out, but what if they evolved into dragons? Like, what if that's the commander type that makes them evolve to dragons and turn into 5/5s instead of like their base power turns to 5/5 and whatever. I think that'd be
so like Niv Mizzet, Drake's daddy. Is that what we want to go with?
Drake's daddy.
And then, whatever you like, because that cares about drawing cards too for pinging. And so like whenever you draw your second card, you could deal like 3 damage to a creature or create a Drake.
Yeah.
And if you've drawn 5 cards in a turn, you get to turn all your current Drakes
into dragons.
Oh, you could turn it into a Day of Dragons. Flip all Drakes in, exile them, and turn them into 5/5 dragons with fire breathing.
Did you say that Day of Drakes? Did you just say that, or did
Day of Drakes?
Day of Drakes.
No, I did not say that.
Because we got Day of Dragons. So
yes.
Day of Drakes. So
it could be a lot cheaper than Day of Dragons.
Yeah. Personally, this one is more of I want to build a Drake deck for my son Drake, but I want there to be a good commander for it and better
Here's
Drakes.
Son, here's your namesake. You have a shitty deck.
Here's shitty dragons for you. They aren't quite dragons. They're shittier versions of them. That's where I'm at with this. I want them to have better Drakes. When Talrand came out, I was like, yes, a commander that's for Drakes. And then I was like, it kind of sucks. I mean, it's okay, but it's not like the Drakes are really taking over. It's just like making human tokens or 1/1 tokens or whatever. So I just want the Drakes to be somehow a little bit more powerful.
Your scary scarecrow deck will scare away the Drakes, the flying Drakes.
Well, Ibukaki wrote Day of Zeeks. Well, we're not even that would be a different one.
That's
Zika
a different
virus.
kid.
Yeah, Zika virus. It'd be a bunch of mosquitoes. So side note, I need a mosquito commander because we only have a handful of mosquitoes. Then I can get Zeke in there because Zika virus is all right, cool. All right, what is your
swamp mosquito, poisonous? I mean, it makes sense to me.
What is your second one?
This one's kind of like might as well just go back to lower win, eventide, block era. But this one's, let's go with Kithkin, but really it's halflings.
You just wish that they would have changed the Lord of the Rings and had them be Kithkins and halflings, or changed
I think at
text.
This point, I at this point I think I would prefer to go back and turn Kithkin into halflings. And so that's kind of where I would prefer it, because it's not just the Lord of the Rings thing, but it's mostly there now, but they did it in the D&D sets as well. And so if that's the route they're going, I wish that they made Kithkin into halflings, but there could be copyright issues with that back when they started it. I think Kithkins were meant to be Magic's halflings. That would be my guess. So I wish I could use them all together, and I wish that they could develop that a bit more. I like Kithkins, but I understand not using it since you have halflings with Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
D&D, like, and
It would-
including
it would
all that
add
stuff
a bunch,
now.
though. Like you said, if they would change it, I mean, there's quite a few of the commanders with the Lord of the Rings that are dependent on halflings, so that would add so much
Right.
more tools to that deck. How many? Do you know how many commanders there are with this? The legendary stuff.
For Kithkin?
Yeah,
I don't think there's a legendary Kithkin.
Let's check. See.
If there is, there's maybe one, but I don't think so.
Got 2. So we have Brigid hero deals
Of
2 damage.
Kinsbale.
Yeah,
I do like that one. That's much more archer.
Yeah, it doesn't deal with like actual
Rival.
Kithkins, and then you got Gaddock Teague, which doesn't deal with
Which is
Kithkins
just an
either.
asshole card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, neither one really deal with Kithkin at all. So you don't really. I wouldn't even consider you have one commander in this. So I agree.
And as like a tribe together, they do care about Kithkin. Like they care about the interconnectedness of how many Kithkin you got going. So if you had turned those into halflings, I think that would at least include them a lot more. So I guess out of like the 3 of the 4 that we've talked about so far are all from Lorwyn block. I think we need to go back to Lorwyn. That's all I'm saying.
Just got to fix some things there. I don't know where my next one's going to be from. My next 3 my next 2 are interesting. They're very low.
Okay.
Stuff. Was there any more you want to talk about with Kithkin?
No, I'm good. It was more just like I wish they could
I like that
put it
angle.
together.
Yep.
Like it feels like Kithkin are going to be left out.
Oh,
So
yeah. I like that angle. I like that angle a lot. Okay, my next one is actually Moonfolk. We don't have a lot of these. In fact, we have 26 total Moonfolk. Well, it's actually on the top there. And 3 actual commanders in a way. Moonfolk are unique because they do a lot of like returning your lands to your hand effects. And how I thought I would want this is to be blue-white commander. So we already kind of have that. We have the pilot, which I didn't realize this was a Moonfolk, the one that deals with vehicles.
Well, that's one of the things when you're talking about like returning lands to your hand. That was the original Kamigawa block, and then when we returned to Kamigawa like last winter,
we got
that was not a thing. They got rid of that because I think it's a hard mechanic to work with.
We got it right here. This is actually in my
oh, that's true.
In my Bombadil deck, because it's return a land you control to your hand, and then you draw cards and all that fun stuff. But how I would, and this is actually blue white, so it fits in what I'm saying. Yeah. But what I would do instead of just bouncing lands, I think how I would change it is more of when a land you control leaves play, so you can take advantage of fetch lands more. And instead of it just being a bounce to your hand, make it so you're sacrificing your lands to go get other lands and kind of take advantage of that kind of thing.
I like that idea a lot.
So,
so instead of wording wise, pay 2, return a land, have this effect happen, you can say whenever a land leaves play, this effect happens.
Right.
Pay 2, return a land.
Yeah. So
to your hand.
So I think that would, especially in this day and age with Commander, with fetch lands and even your Evolving Wilds and all your fetch. I mean, that's fetch lands in a way. That's the bad fetch lands.
Yep.
Everybody uses them, so why not have something that deals with that a little bit better?
Yep.
All of it, because
I think that's really cool.
The bounce effects and all that stuff. So, all right. So yeah, 26
so
total.
they're way behind on that. That's probably not happening, but
yeah,
I like that idea.
Yeah. Okay, what is your next one? Your next tribe?
I should write yours down, huh?
What was that?
I should tell you. I'm gonna go with. It's a weird one. Monkeys.
Oh, that is.
All right.
Let's see.
So in the jumpstart that just kind of came out, we got our first official like Monkeys Matter.
Actually, not even really 14 because these are So we got 1, 2 minus those. Minus Is that a real one? What is that? Yeah, it's
No,
not
that
hit.
isn't. That's silver border.
5, 6. Yeah, you don't. You have
Or
10
maybe it's apes that. How?
apes.
Click on
There's
the
10
legend there at the top left corner. What's that one say?
monkey noble.
So whenever
Ape or monkey. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So
let me add both of those.
I'm accepting ape, I guess. But that's the guy that I was thinking about, the red green monkey ape from the new Jumpstart. Kind of goes like, oh, that can be a potential.
What the hell?
Now there isn't a lot there.
There we go.
But
All
it
right.
starts opening it up, and you're adding in the gorillas, which I think is really important, and that's. But
Feel good ink.
I wish they did something more.
Yeah, they're just.
I like the idea of it's like the Drake dragon thing going on. You got a monkey and gorillas. And so you got the little guys that can do some stuff, forest walk, whatever. But if we start having them like monkeys do a little bit more, like what's the good Ragavan?
Yeah.
So obviously Ragavan's gonna be your best monkey, right? And so this new legend one cares about like creating bananas, which are artifacts. So if you could go with like an artifact hate theme for monkeys, a little bit harder than what they got going on,
Okay.
I
can
think
see
that'd
that.
be great.
Artifact hate. I dig that.
And so because if you go back, you got Gorilla Shaman that's like pay XX1, destroy an artifact. So you have it slightly there. It's down a little bit. It'll be on the left side right there. The red one. Nope, up. Yeah, that one. So that one's used to be a vintage classic. I don't know if it is anymore. But I think that'd be fun to kind of go into a little bit more artifact hate. But it's a thin tribe. And you probably got to be forest or primate central. They don't do it a whole lot.
Well, yeah, definitely
So-
red green is what it looks like. Is your
yeah,
main...
definitely red green.
Yeah.
So you got a handful that are cool. Oh, there's the Octabi orangutan. That's artifact hate. So I think if they went a little bit more into that realm, that could at least create a monkey ape deck, and that could be fun.
So do you think we errata the text to just name monkeys apes?
I think there's too many of. I think monkeys and apes, and then you just kind of keep it together in those kind of cards that matter, that care about monkeys and apes. Most of them don't. I think it's just that one.
So kind of do like exactly what this commander did is it's adding monkeys and apes.
Kibbo.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
and then there's Kogla. That's artifact hate a bit. Like I think you could go on that route and at least develop one deck like that.
Mhm.
You just got to get more options, more of that. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Sorry, I was reading the
Where are you
comments there on the side there. All right. My next one is okay. I gotta expand this so I can do my advanced search. This one's gonna be bad, but I am going with a Togs because we don't have shit.
How many are there?
12 with one
There's only
legendary.
12 Atogs?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're okay. That's enough of Togs. So hear me out with the Togs. So yes, they would be 5 color. What I would do, how did I have this written down, is I would do these more of as sack synergies like they already are doing, but better. Like the thing is these are really bad sack outlets. Like it's sacrifice an artifact and the Atog gets 1+1, or sacrifice a creature and it gets, what is it? Sacrifice an enchantment. This Atog gets 2+2. So I think how I would do it is that instead of just 1+1 until end of turn, maybe counters. Now we're adding because we do have this now where we have the flying counters and stuff like that. Instead of just until end of turn effect, they're eating stuff and getting bigger. And I want one more 99 because we only have 12, which technically then we really only have 11. And right. I would want their abilities. So making more Togs that when you sacrifice certain things, you're getting a better benefit. I originally put they all get it, but then I'm like, that's too sliver-like. That's too spreading the love. The Atogs are devouring things and getting a bonus from it. They're just
what about like an Atog that whenever an Atog sacrifices a thing, it's doubled. Double an Atog sacking thing.
Double it, and then
double the Atog sack. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with. Gross.
Well, what if it is even dealing with like your commander, or dealing with like if you sacrifice something to an Atog, return it back to play at the end of your turn or something like that.
Jeez. What?
Yes, I'm trying to make Atogs ridiculous because they're just bad.
I mean, they are. They'd be too spread out for sure.
But
yeah, Maya Cradle of Growth would go really good with for Atog, hashtag Team Force Walk.
You know, Cabal coffers or not coffers. What am I trying to say?
Urborg?
Yeah, there we go. Urborg. I was Cabal coffers. Like, nope, that doesn't work.
There isn't a swamp version of this, is there?
They're black. There's one right there.
Necrotog? You got to sacrifice swamps for that?
No, but just this is all sacrificing and dealing stuff. So that's why I kind of was sticking with the theme.
They don't care about sacking swamps.
You're just looking at this one here. That one's terrible. That one's bad.
All of them sacrifice different things.
Yes, and that's I would rather have a better bonus off of the sacrifice.
You need something that turns everything into enchantments for Oratog, and then for a Tog you need something that's going to turn everything into artifacts. And then
sounds good.
That's bad. Feel bad.
I just think Atogs need more support. They haven't gotten support for, let's see, what is our newest set? There's 9th edition. Weatherlight.
Actually, I've considered Megatog a couple times. I don't have a problem with that
Odyssey.
one.
So
and
what?
Psychotog is an old standard boogeyman. But the one thing about Atogs that I have a problem with is that they are they're like, what's a good way to say it? It's like a ritual for trying to win, and you're just not going to do that in Commander with one creature.
Right. That's why I wanted like more of a permanent
You're just like,
thing.
sacrifice all the artifacts because I'm going to be able to get through and kill you, but then you're wasting all of your resources to kill that one player. Like, I just see it being I agree, you'd have to make it broken to figure out how to make it work.
So that if you were to redo these and they get counters instead of the until end of turn, or maybe that's even what the commander is, until end of turn effects don't
turn into permanent effects.
That'd be kind of crazy, but it would only work for Atogs. Only for Atogs, not for everything else.
Right. It'd have to be focused on Atogs.
Atog until end of turn.
You know what? I'd be okay with that. I'd accept that.
And you'd have to add more to the 99 because there just really isn't enough. So, all right, what is your fourth one?
I gotta write your stuff down quicker. Atog. Okay.
You douche canoe.
I'm gonna go with something that did get a lot of support last year with the Warhammer precons, but demons. I'm gonna go with demons.
All right. I'm not ripping on you because you just ripped on mine, but
yes, you are.
There's a lot of demons.
Yes, you are. It's called there are, but
181.
But none of them actually work together because demons are all so very like singular. Like, there are ones that are, dealing with just like having one creature or having one demon. And so I think there's only like one legitimate, that one top left, that cares about demons, and that from the Warhammer deck, like, that's legitimate. That's a good commander, I would say. And that tempted me to build demons. But when you start looking through the demons that are usable within a deck, you start kind of going like, there's not a lot here. Also, so if you're thinking about like demons are just bigger in mana value, it's kind of like making a dragon deck, but you don't have any of that lower support. And so you don't have that like reducing the cost. You don't have any early game, especially in like
red, blue, black, where Warhammer allows you to go, because there isn't that kind of like ramp. There's enough draw in that deck, but that's not really what demons are doing either.
So you're more focused on you just need a commander that commanders that are deal with demons.
Maybe, I don't even know. It just doesn't feel like there's a demon deck that you can cohesively make. So
isn't Shadowborn Apostle kind of a demon deck in a way?
Right. And there was really only about like,
did you use
10 demons I wanted to pick from?
I was gonna say, how much you made it so you're utilizing the demons, right, with that one?
Yes, but my problem there is that I understand that I was green, black, white, and green and white aren't going to have a lot of demons. Like, I get that, and so I was really narrowed down into mono black, and there was only about 10 that I wanted to choose from at that point. And so it's definitely a red black thing. I like them. I just don't know what. Why is Shelob there? Is that a demon?
She's a spider demon.
Huh. I don't think I knew that.
I didn't either until I just saw it on there too. No, I get it. You're saying you like the one from Warhammer where it's actually dealing with demons. You want more like this.
I think I just want, because like, even if I'm looking through for the Warhammer demon, like, there isn't just many cards that I want in that deck.
Mm.
Like, I don't like. Give me demons I like that I could be pen pals with and just talk to.
There's 181 of them.
Yeah, not very good.
What?
Not very good.
There's 181.
They're just kind of all over the place, or dealing with removal, and that's probably the bit, is just dealing with removal and creatures dying.
I like Blood Gift Demon.
I don't. It's too expensive now. So, I could probably be convinced otherwise and just told that I'm wrong, and that's fine.
No, I agree. I can.
You might be right that there's enough to work with here.
I think there's a lot of demons. I think I like the angle of more commanders dealing specifically with demons, bonuses or something.
That's what I'm saying then. Okay. To make you happy. That's
all right. My last one actually is kind of like a two-parter, but I will give a shout out to Mr. Ibukaki because I'm using the one that he suggested, but it was squirrels.
Okay.
Because I do once I actually looked it up. Squirrels. I shouldn't have put squirrels. It's just with a one squirrel, not squirrels. The other part of it is rats as well. We do have quite a bit more rats than squirrels, but squirrels, there's only 15 total cards, and a couple of these are unhinged and all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, so there isn't a lot of squirrel cards, but there is other cards that create tokens. Squirrels and stuff like that. Yeah, so there's other things, but actual squirrels, there's only 15, and you technically only have the two, so you have Chatterfang and you have Toski, which really doesn't deal with squirrels per se. It's just a good attacking commander deck for that card. But yeah, squirrels, I agreed when Ibukaki put that on Discord. I was like, I do like that tribe, and a lot of people love that tribe. That and rats, they're kind of similar in that rats have a lot more support than squirrels. But I do wish they added a little bit more here. Maybe added some more commander stuff. What I did
so if you had like a green black squirrel rat deck,
that's where I was going.
Kind of because rats evolve into squirrels,
right? Squirrels are just cute rats, right? I mean, that's what they are.
Much it. That climb in trees.
Yeah.
If you think about it like that, that's fucking scary.
But I think with the squirrels, I do, because we have this whole Emrakul, take the squirrels taking down Emrakul and all that. I think I do bonuses with the bumps from getting 1+1 to all squirrels. I also was thinking something along with, and I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but with food, because we know squirrels like to get that acorn. If you're dealing with some food or food storage, like something, if you were able to because squirrels like to hibernate and hide their food and stuff, but if you're able to combine food together. If you have 5 food, you gain 10 life and draw whatever, and all your squirrels get this big. Like if you did something with a food synergy with squirrels, I think that'd be kind of cool because it kind of fits in with what squirrels do. And then something with taking down Emrakul.
You could be like, whenever you to sacrifice an acorn, like forget where an acorn is to like and sacrifice it, and then you get like I don't get +1/+1 or +2/+2 for the acorn.
See, and that could be it with the food is like instead of gaining the life, you're sacrificing the food for different things. Like that would be kind of interesting. Like maybe the commander's more of like Kenrith, where you depending on you could choose how you want, like you can tap 1, sack it to bump all your squirrels, or tap 2 and sack it, draw, like different things happen when you sacrifice the food, but you're not using it for the gaining life ability. What does Ibukagi say? Instead of the Disney movies as aristocrats, it's MTG Aristo Rats.
Yeah. So I agree with that. There are plenty of people that like squirrels, that it's not just you and hockey. It's people fucking go nuts over it.
Yeah.
So they could definitely develop the squirrel horde a little bit more.
There you go. All right, Lowery, what is your last one?
Mine is also a suggestion. I put this on the list as we had our countdown for this episode going. And I agree with it. So originally,
as we had the countdown going.
Yep. All right, let's go. So it's from Aussie Tim, from the Exiled, but he put out the Zuberas from Kamigawa.
Oh God, how are those spelled?
Zubera. There's only, I believe, 8 of them.
Yeah, we've talked about these I don't even remember why we did, but we did talk about them.
Oh, there's only 7 of them? What the shit?
Yeah.
No. Go up. There's not a black?
There is a black right here.
Yeah. But
2 red, 1 green. 2
yeah, so
blue.
they have, oh, that's wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right.
I thought my Atog pick
Oh,
was bad.
I was thinking there should be 10. But they only made, okay, so basically what they do is it's a creature type only from Kamigawa. They only made 7 apparently, but I thought they made 4 or 5 little ones and 5 big ones. But they have an effect of whenever this Zubra dies, an effect happens for as many Zubra that died this turn.
Did you see Ibukaki's
and so
comment, by the way?
No. Shut up. Hockey. Don't be you're so jelly. So jealous. All right. And so I think it's really neat idea that shouldn't just be relegated to like black-white Tesa decks, which is like the death triggers.
Mm-hmm.
And so and maybe it just gets to be too many triggers if you have 40 Zubras to choose from in a deck, and then somebody wraths and you're like, this is going to happen 7 times, and this is going to happen 7 times, and this is going to happen 7 times, and you do that 7 times, so you have like 49 triggers to deal with. It's probably a lot.
But these are, it doesn't say whenever there's a Zubra, it just says when that particular one dies.
Right.
Are you wanting to change it so that all of them, whenever there's
no, but it counts for as many Zubras died that turn, right?
I have 4 more. No, I mean, well, hang on. Which one do you want me to look at?
Go to the little one. Go to the black one.
Target opponent discard put in for each. Okay, that one says that. The other ones don't.
Yeah.
Like the green one. It says whenever dripping tongue Zubra is put in the graveyard. Okay, that one does say it too. Okay, I was just
so their effect multiplies for how many Zubras died, and so a Wrath freaking has a ton of triggers.
Oh, this rushing one doesn't do that one.
That's not what the bigger ones do. All right.
Draw a card for each. Okay, yeah. The smaller ones do what you're saying. The bigger ones only do it for the
Which there's only two of them.
that are big. You're only dealing
Apparently.
with 7 of. Oh. My Togs have more.
They do. And so but like it might just be too much going on, like when they die, if you give more of the smaller effects of Zubras. So I get why you maybe don't go back to them, but they can maybe they should be fitting into changeling decks a little bit more.
Yeah, that could work.
Because they would trigger on a wrath for every changeling that died as well. But it's kind of a goofy little thing. There's only 7. It'd be fun to get a 5-color commander for it.
Not for 7. You need a lot more 99 on the.
Right. You need a lot more there too. It needs a lot of help.
This and Togs are the two that are they're
A little iffy. A little iffy.
Considering this is one that you put on as the countdown was going to the episode starting.
Didn't get a lot of thought process on it, but I think I do like the 5 little ones. I don't know so much about the big ones.
No, I don't. The big ones are terrible, but the little ones are good.
Right.
I agree. If you could get more abilities that are doing crazy things like that, that could be a lot of fun. Death trigger stuff, and they're only 2. They're 2 drops for those.
Right.
So yeah, I dig it. I dig it if it gets more support, which is the point of this whole
It
segment.
needs basically everything. That's
return to Zubras instead of Kamigawa. Let's just Zubra land. Zubras and Togs everywhere.
Sign up for Zubra books.
All right. If you guys have some suggestions, like we mentioned earlier, Jeff H mentioned worms. Jeff is on right now. I kind of agree with that. Like craw worms, that was your baby back in the day, Lowery.
Oh, that shit.
Minotaurs, Robocop mentioned. Ibukaki mentioned the squirrels. But if you guys have more suggestions, put those in the comments. I'd like to see some tribes that other people would like to see more of, some underrated ones that either need more support or just better commanders or different commanders. That's the thing of this too, is like you can have these tribes and then you just have this like straightforward, this is what it does. It's kind of fun when you get like that's the fun of building commander decks when it isn't like linear, when everything you can do different things with them. And so that's kind of where I was going with some of my stuff, I guess, a little bit, some of them, or adding mechanics that we aren't using. Like Moonfolk, I think would be fun with the lands leaving the battlefield and all that. I think even though I'm making fun of you on the Zubras, I think you're right. It would be kind of fun if you got a lot more of these and a commander that went with them. I think that could be a lot of fun with how many left the battlefield, because then you're self-wrathing to win the game, which then I'd say play as many board wipes in this deck because you're trying to kill your shit to get the bonuses, so that'd be
but none
cool.
of these win the game either. None of these effects.
Well, you have 5. We need more.
Off of this, it's not a good deck.
Yeah. No, it's terrible. Okay, Renshai, Jackals. Sorry, forgot that one. Jackals should be in there.
I said it.
All right, so we got to move on to Staple versus. Wow, we're an hour and a half already, and you aren't even drinking.
That's fast.
What's happening?
That's fast.
Where's my Staple versus?
So it's not my fault.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't find the
mostly
button.
Are we saying that it is my fault?
No.
All right, we're gonna. All
right, let's see. We got to get to Staple versus. Is it in slideshows? Oh yeah, that's where it is. There we go. Ready?
Round 1.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Fight.
Staple versus. All right, we have Staple versus. We first have to talk about what happened last week.
The massacre that's going to happen.
We have.
I accidentally saw what happened in the Discord.
Oh, did you? I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We have a first Discord. Well, let's tell you that right now. 100%, because there is a 1 vote on each side from me starting the voting. 100% of the votes went. Well, we had Cloud Shift, which was what Lowery's card was last week, and mine was Malakir, whatever you want to say, Rebirth. 100% of the votes in the Discord, which is a surprise, went to Malakir Rebirth. So
which bodes very poorly for the other aspects. How did X do?
How did X?
Fucking stupid.
I didn't allow DMX to vote on this one, so I'm not sure. But where do you think good old YouTube shook out?
It might be in the 90s. It might be in the 90s.
It isn't in the 90s, but 73% voted for Malakir Rebirth. Yes, so we have a total of 78%. I need to get my crown over here.
Hold up. Is the Discord mad at me? Is that what happened?
I just think you had a bad card.
100% against me?
I don't. That never happens. Like, a lot of times people vote
right
just because it's Lowery. It doesn't matter what
I
the
get
card
plenty
is.
of pity votes.
I didn't look at it until today when I was doing the notes for it, and I was just like, holy shit, we've never had 100%. Like, normally there's at least one that votes on the other side, depending. All right, so this week we have 1 spot left in this deck. It has to be at least a green and black deck. Lowery, what are the 2? Oh, by the way, Beer Doctor suggestion for this week. I'm going to say it's a good suggestion, but there might be a big blowout with this one, but we'll see. Lowery, what do we have?
Depends on if the Discord's mad at me.
What do we have in store here?
All right, so it's going to be Sylvan Library versus Bolas' Citadel. Sylvan Library is my card. It'll be 1 and a green enchantment. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life and put the card on top of your library.
This almost made my overplayed card from a couple weeks ago.
Shush. We're not at that point.
Okay,
where
sorry.
You think
sorry.
your card, you have good points against it. It's what is your card doing?
I have Bolas' Citadel. It is 3 colorless and 3 black for a legendary artifact.
So 6 mana?
Yeah, it's quite a bit more because it's so good.
Seems like a lot
because it combos like crazy. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Fun.
Oh,
you may play.
I don't need to. I know what's on top.
Yeah, well, unless you draw all of them, then you don't know what's on top.
Oh, that's true.
You may play the top card of your library. That's play. It doesn't say cast there. So if you have land on the top, you can play it for free. You may play the top card of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. Then the last little fun thing is you can tap it and sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So is this where I talk about the virtues of Sylvan Library?
Go ahead. You can jump back to yours.
Sylvan Library is fantastic. It's wonderful.
Wait, are we bringing back the segment of the love letter segment? Because it sounds like you're about to start a haiku.
Look, this card is good at any point in the game because it can be played at any point in the game.
You know what? It sucks
because I can play this easily.
When you kill yourself because of it, because you're just trying to get to that next land and it just isn't coming, and you just I would just say build a better deck, but I knew it was set up for
I have no
one.
problem coming either. So
that's I can't stop.
And that's a great example. So if you are super flooded on top and you're going, I have so many lands, I need to just start getting some cards to play. I can do that with Sylvan Library. If you're in that same situation with Bolas' Citadel, what happens?
I can do it.
Nothing.
I can pay life to play it.
No.
Yes.
You can't pay life to cast lands.
No, it's not casting. It's play.
But you only get to play 1 land.
right?
per turn.
But we're in a green and
So
black
you don't
deck.
get to dig.
We're in
it stops you.
We're in a green and black deck. So in my fantasy of what we're playing here is we're playing
no. We're same
playing,
situation.
Yeah, we're in a Get Rog deck, or
So
we're in a
we have
Ramanep Excavator, or we're playing additional lands with Dryad of the Elysian Grove or Azusa Lost But Seeking. Hell yeah. Brrr, I'm just flying through that where you just get them stuck in your hand.
No,
or no,
I
you don't
still
you
can
still
do
get-
that same thing.
It's like, wait a second. No, you can do it too.
I can
We
still
only
do
get
that
to
same thing.
3. And if I have Sensei's Top, which is what do we say should be played more? What is probably the card that should be in every deck?
Yeah.
So that
about
with Bolas' Citadel is combo-rific. Actually, AJ comboed me out with that fucking card.
It is. They work
yours?
very well
Can
together.
yours combo that way? With
No, but
Sensei's?
Sylvan Library is the next card. Like if it's B to Sensei's Divining Top. I would say Sensei's Divining Top is better than Bolas' Citadel, in my opinion. And thusly, that is A. 1A. Sylvan Library is B. Clearly B. And so the Bolas' Citadel is like, I'm not going to say Z, but something like around S to T.
My favorite is
QR.
Is Jeff was
B.
like, Bolas' Citadel is a trash card in a trash color for trash player. That's right there.
Somebody's
is
bitter
a statement.
about
Yeah,
that.
there's a statement that somebody got killed by Bolas' Citadel combo-rific right there. Combo
And so
players
I can
love Bolas' Citadel. You can't combo with yours. Yours just, it's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
it's just so it's so solid that it's better. Like if you like comboing, then Bolas' Citadel would be something that you can do with it. Yes, I agree.
And can yours just takes life away from you? Can yours take away life from other people?
It cannot. I agree.
All right, just wondering. And we're in black, so I can utilize sacrificing stuff. I can do stuff with that.
Yeah, stuff and
me
stuff.
sacrificing
I agree.
10 permanents.
I figured that you'd say that it's a great way to sacrifice the food that you acquire throughout a game.
That is a good point.
That's something that you would do.
Damn, I should put this in my the Frodo food deck because this is actually utilize that damn food. No, but sacrificing if you have like Grave Pact out and you're sacrificing your creature, they're sacrificing their creatures and you're doing 10 damage. There's a lot of things you can do with Bolas' Citadel. There's a lot of things going on. There's a reason why it's 6 and it's still
that
a
situation
broken
that you
card.
just said just doesn't work. I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh no, what I was saying is if you had Grave Pact out and you
and
you're
you're sacrificing multiple creatures. Okay,
there's a reason that this is a 6-drop and it's still in 166,000 EDH rec decks. Like that's a 6-drop.
That's a really good point.
It's a 6-drop.
That is an impressive number. And I'm saying that sarcastically because I almost guarantee you Sylvan Library is in more. Did you check on that?
No, I only check my cards.
Yeah, that's not true. But you only say something when
Are you looking
mine
down
is lower.
Are you looking down at your phone so you can look it up? Is that what you're doing? But how long has your card been even in existence compared to my card? Right?
Well, I think they're both beyond the point where that matters.
No, that totally
it is.
There
Bolas' Citadel has been 5 years. After
is-
about 3 is when it's like it's going to be in as many decks as it's going to be.
No, that's not even remotely true.
Yeah.
This is as many decks as it's gonna be. What are you doing? Why are you looking down? We have a podcast up here. I'm trying to look at you face to face.
Got it. Sylvan Library is in 203,617 EDH rec decks.
That's more, but it's a
That's
2-drop.
more.
It should
That's
be in
more.
more. It should be in every green
Because
deck.
less mana is better than more mana. Is that what you're saying?
No, because
it's what you just said.
It's easier to put out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 6-drop and it's still in that many decks because it combos like crazy. And being able to play so many, if you play egg decks, if you're playing artifact stuff where you're able to just boom, 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 just play 10 cards. Can you play 10 cards off the top of your library with Sylvan Library? I don't think
if
so.
I draw cards that draw me more cards. Yeah.
Touche.
It allows me to set my top.
If I draw into a wind, wait, wrong colors. Shoot, that doesn't work.
I mean, it can, but that also would apply
So
to me.
here's my next question. We just talked about Sensei's top, right?
Yeah.
What's almost the worst thing to happen is having a Sensei's top and then you draw a Sylvan library, or you have Sensei's top and you draw into Bolas' Citadel. You get repetitive. Sylvan library is a dead card with Sensei's top.
No.
It pretty much is.
Okay, I'll give you that it's a dead card, but it's something that I would prefer to have the option of getting more often. Which is what that redundancy is something like what?
Do you play Miri's Guile?
I heard Harry Styles and I was like,
do you play Harry Styles? Watermelon sugar, baby.
Miri's Guile? I do not. Because it does not give me card advantage.
But what it's redundancy though. Like you're doing
it is. I agree.
And you don't play it. Why?
I don't. Because it's not as good.
Because you only want 2.
That's in that QRV range. So it's I'd say Guile is a little bit lower than the STU range that Bolas' Citadel is in.
We use up a bunch of letters for one. Like
it's a range that has not been worked out yet because nobody cares about like after like, oh, who cares?
Stay tuned for next week's episode where we give you alphabet letter rankings for everything.
Right. We're gonna get Big Bird on here and gonna go over all the letters.
We'll get copyright infringement there.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Strikes.
Yikes.
I don't have anything else. Do you have
That's
more?
all right.
Do you have more you want to talk about?
So okay, let's talk about the ratio of how many cards I can draw before you are like even playing Bolas' Citadel.
That's only if you're saying this is in your opening hand.
Right.
1 out of 100. You're talking about 1 out of 100 having this in your open hand. Let's be realistic.
No, I'm talking about 8 out of 100. Actually, 9 out of 100.
Let's be realistic and say this is like a turn 4 or 5. Not
okay. Let's say this. You know, Sensei's top and Sylvan Library, they overlap, so it'd be like a dead card if they're together, right? If Bolas' Citadel's in your hand to begin the game with, that's a dead card, right? That's a dead card until you can play it.
So is every card.
Right. First turn, Sylvan Library is a dead card.
Damn it. All these cards are dead cards.
It's good
in my
after
hand.
that.
This
it's
sucks.
just good after that.
I'm going to starting my Commander games that way.
It's good beginning, mid, and late game. Yours
cards.
is good late, mid game to late game.
This Soul Ring sucks because I don't have a land out yet. It's
right.
dead.
That'd be a bad play. That'd be a real bad play.
Renchai said Citadel is a combo machine. That's the difference you're dealing with here is you have a lot of people that like to deal with, if you have people that like to deal with the combo stuff. I do have it in a couple decks, but I've yet to even draw the card. Example of what I'm saying. You don't expect to have Sylvan Library in your hand, opening hand.
I would definitely say build a better deck.
You mean be like my brother Joe and have it up his sleeve and always start with a Soul Ring and a Sensei's top. What? How did this?
That's why I always wear robes everywhere I go.
You're really good at Magic.
Just fucking Magic cards.
Magic and Magic the Gathering.
Yep. And so I would just say, like, you're talking about efficiency and plenty of card draw versus later card advantage with combo. Wrong. That's basically what we're talking about.
You just keep drawing, I'll win the game.
I will win the game by drawing more.
Will you?
Yeah, that's how all games work. You always draw more cards. That's how every game works.
What I do instead is I use my life as my mana, and I just play everything instead of just bringing it to my hand.
I've never seen anybody win.
You take
using
life
as a resource.
You take life away and put it into your hand. I take life away and put it into play. Boom.
What's easier to get rid of and destroy?
yours because it'll be on the battlefield earlier.
I mean, that's technically a good point, but you could have just said enchantments because that'd be fair play. I've said enchantments enough times. But it's artifacts, clearly.
No, creatures. Creatures. That's what we're
That's
dealing
not an
with
option between these two.
You asked what was the easiest to get rid of. Creatures.
That is
Then lands. No, just kidding.
evasive. That's evasive. Not lands. Come on. Social contract.
All right.
All
I don't
good.
have anything.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
You guys can vote for this, one of these two on YouTube and X. No, we don't have it on X anymore. But you can vote for it on the Discord if you're a part of the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, please join the Discord. If we get 4 in 1 week, again, we will give away, we'll do a special giveaway. I think that'll do it for this week. We will catch you next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
I like that your Kill the Smiths is on there.